Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Copperband butterfly fish, and this one that I had in my reef for about 2 years. Now the Copperband has a couple of colors on it. It has white stripes with gold bars with some copper mixed in, and it has a spot or a false eye on the rear of its dorsal fin. This is a very curious fish. It's always active, always investigating, always looking for things to eat within the rock. It's always looking for something to snack or munch on. And you know what? That's a good place to go next. Feeding. That's, I think, one of the places where this fish gets sort of a bad rap because it can be a hard fish to feed. And, my fish, over 2.5 years of owning him, he never ate flakes, never ate pellets, never ate any kind of prepared foods. The only food he ate was frozen. And even then, I sort of had to wean him onto frozen foods. So what I did to get my fish to start eating was I went to the store, I bought clams, like fresh whole clams, and I split the clams in two, just cut it in two, put it in the tank, and, just watch him go at it. After leaving the clam in the tank for 5-10 minutes, the curiosity got the better of the fish and he started picking at it. Now I'll tell you why this eventually came back to haunt me later, but I was at least happy to sort of get the fish to start eating. He is a very deliberate feeder, so what I do when I'm feeding is I put the whole frozen food in the tank and he'll go up to the top with the tangs and sort of compete for his food. This can be a problem depending on your specimen. When you're going on vacation, you do need, you can leave him for a day or two without food, but you'll need someone to come and drop, maybe a thing of frozen food maybe every 2 to 3 days if you're going to be away from your tank for an extended period of time. So please consider that when you're looking to get one of these fish. He also eats seaweed. When I put seaweed on the clip for the tangs, my Copperband absolutely goes in and he goes at it with just as well as the tangs do. Now, about size, the fish you're looking at on screen is about 4.5 to 5 inches. I bought him when he was really small, about 2 inches. So in 2.5 years that I've owned him, he's gone about 3.5 inches. So he's put on a lot of size. The fish doesn't have a lot of bulk to it. So I think, I can see how he would be easily damaged. So this is a fish that I would look to get in my local fish store. When you're choosing a specimen, look at a fish that's active. If the fish store owner says the Copperband is eating, please go in, look at him, try to ask them if they can feed him. Do everything you can to choose a specimen that's active, that's curious. He should not be sitting there for any amount of time or looking up in the ceiling or just aimlessly grazing. You'll have tangs that'll go up and down, the tank just swimming, casually swimming. Not a Copperband. Should always be curious, should always be looking at the sand bed or the rock or something for something to pick at, some little morsel. Anytime he sees any kind of movement, pods or anything, he's going to go over and investigate it. So the fish that you're picking at the fish store should absolutely be curious. Now, sadly, I had to get rid of my Copperband butterfly because I wanted to try a tridacna clam in my tank. And, one of the things I regularly, every now and again, I feed my fish clams. So, surprise, surprise, I shouldn't have been surprised when I put a tridacna clam in and he immediately started picking at it. So, go figure. So I built this little egg crate cage to protect my clam until I found another reefer here in the New York City area to take him. So Precinct, if you're watching this video, please leave a comment below. Let me know how the fish is doing. And please post a video sometime. I'll include a link to Precinct's channel below if he has one and if he posts videos. And I'm definitely interested to see how the fish does over time. But he has a big tank and I hope, he takes good care of it. In terms of being reef safe, he was okay. He did pick out a brain coral when I first put him in. He did pick out one brain and one acan, but that was within the first week of him being in the tank, and after that he didn't touch anything else. My brain coral at the time had 3 heads. He ate until he finished one completely and left the rest alone, but I was willing to sacrifice the brain coral for this, you know, for the Copperband, so it was okay. But after one head and one small 3-head colony of acans, he stopped, and he hasn't bothered any other coral for the 2.5 years. He's been with me for that length of time, 2 different tank moves, and he's doing absolutely fine. I love him. I've seen other users say the Copperband is great for aptasia control, and while I don't have aptasia in my tank, I've seen first-hand evidence of Copperband butterflies absolutely eating aptasia. Now this can be hit or miss. I have 2 other friends with Copperband. One absolutely eats aptasia as soon as he sees it. The other one sort of ignores it. So I guess it's up to the individual specimen. So if you're going to choose one, choose a fish because you like it, and don't choose it only for aptasia control. But the ones that do, take care of aptasia, they're absolutely good at it. And as soon as an aptasia pops up, they'll go to town at it. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my experiences with the Copperband butterfly. If you have any experience with the Copperband butterfly, please put them in the comments below. If there's anything major I missed, please let me know in the comments below. And take care. And if you do like this content, please consider subscribing and sharing. Thanks, and have a good day.